Hey guys, welcome to Tiny House Customs. I'm Dan. In this video, I'm going to be moving my front door from where it was to this big hole that I just made. I kind of just committed right there. Now I have to do it today. That was a commitment. I just made a commitment. I'm not good with commitments. I don't like to just dive into things like that. Oh, the exposure is just really bad. Sorry. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to walk out to a about 6 foot wide by 4 foot out deck. And then you'll go down 2 stairs that way, and there's going to be a huge deck. I'm thinking about 10 by 8. It's not huge, but relatively huge. Relatively? I don't know. I don't use big words. And then both those are going to be removable. And I'm going to show you something that I've been thinking about in my head, how to do it. Man, I don't know if I'm going to put that window. That one window that's below this probably won't end up going in because of the way things work out. Let's go take that door out. I really don't want to take that door out. Do you understand how stressful that is? It's a fucking $1 million door to me. The door again. I know, the door again. I'm sorry. But it's got to get moved. Now I've already taken the trim off. I just used a pry bar and pried it off slowly. It left most of the nails in the mahogany. And then there's nails still in the trim. The best way to remove these nails is with bullnose pliers. Just lightly grab them and then just roll the hammer. You have to keep doing it and just pop the nail out. You don't want to squeeze too hard because you'll end up breaking the nail. Now on the trim that I removed, it's going to be the same thing. Instead of trying to pull nails through the way they went in, just pull them all the way through the back and they'll come right out. This works for every type of trim that you're going to use or work with. If you put like a piece of baseboard on and the nail, you don't like the trim or whatever, you end up taking the piece of trim off, and just take a pair of bullnose pliers and you can pull that nail right out. It's still going to leave that hole in the front, but you're not going to have some big massive hole or whatever, so it's the best way. So this all needs to get cleaned up. All this Silicon Valley stuff got to get taken out. It is a really good seal though. I'm pretty impressed. These were supposed to be galvanized. I do not see galvanization happening. I see rustization happening. Ooh, didn't like that. Damn it. That one's staying in. Oh, that one's staying in too. Oh yeah, definitely staying in. Oh, that one stayed in too. So now that I have all the trim off, I can start taking these pieces off, which the screws are underneath these. So I'm going to take all these off. Now, one thing that I did wrong in my door build, and a couple people pointed out, was install this piece down here. Water does sit on this, and it ends up creeping in and gets underneath the door. I'm going to end up taking this out completely, and I'm going to have to do a groove in the bottom of the door and install a piece of weather stripping, like a little rubber thing. I'll probably put 2 in it, so when the door shuts, it makes a complete seal on the bottom of the door so water doesn't get into it. So this piece is gone. Oh, it kept all the nails. Son of a bitch. I can't pull the nails out of the mahogany. It's too damn hard. So I'm just going to cut them as close to flush as I can get them. Oh, that looks ugly. So to take this off, I'm just going to take a semi-decent chisel, stick it in behind the trim, lightly tap it in. I don't want to dig into either piece of these. I'm just going to slowly work my way up. You might want to put something underneath this hammer so you don't cause damage right here. I definitely don't want to break this. That would be a disaster and an expensive disaster. Hook this on and pull these out through. There you go. That piece is ready to be reinstalled. These were finished the exact same way. This was exterior and it's really dark. That's pretty cool. I like that. I didn't do anything different. That's crazy. General Finishes outdoor oil. I'm telling you, it's some good stuff. See, one problem that's going to happen is the door is going to be stuck on the bottom. All this will be easy. That bottom of the door is going to be the only thing that's going to be a pain. I'm going to leave these 2 screws in, and I'm going to remove all the other ones. What are you doing, bud? You can't go inside, okay? I said no to a kid. Do I not know what year it is? It's 2016. Kids don't get told no, ever. Oh, God. Cops are going to show up now. if the door is going to fall, it's going to fall in because of the weight right now, which is completely fine. It only drop a little bit. Just kind of want that. Ooh, there it went. So the only thing holding this door in right now is the silicone that I installed underneath the door. And it is going to be very difficult to take out, I think. I hope not. Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it is. I could break that chisel if I wanted to. I'm just going to take some shims and stick them underneath. Seal has been broken. That was a good idea. Bob Vila, did you take notes there? Okay, I think I can shut the door and go with that manhandling thing I like to do so much. This was a stupid idea. I have done stupid idea. I think the best way to do this is bring it in. Pick the door out. Oh! Peanut, you're not a fan of this remodel. No, not at all. I don't like it. Fucking hate it. Dude. I don't know what you think you're doing, but it ain't gonna happen. Do not hit that. We will learn how well the sprinkler system works. Oh my God. Everything I just did there was a bad thing. I cleaned up. I don't really like that shot. I really don't want to let go of the door. What's the priority? The very expensive front door or the shot? The shot is always more important. So I cleaned up all around the door and I'm just test fitting it to make sure that it's gonna fit and it's gonna be good. I have some wiggle room around the door and as of right now my gap around this door is good. I need to push that down and that'll be good. So right now I'm gonna do the sill seal. This is going to be much harder to install this time because I don't have that deck on the outside. I'm going to move that tomorrow after I install the door. If you didn't watch my door installation video, I'm going to link that down below. Basically, I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. Installing a sill seal, just a really thick rubbery type substance with a sticky adhesive back. That's kind of redundant. That's okay. I'm okay. Putting that down, then I'm going to take some silicone, put it down on the bottom. Set the door into it and lead it up into place. Again, I'm not going to be using a level. I'm going to be using this door, which I know is square, and I'm just going to make sure that this gap around it is perfect. Because my tiny house is not perfectly level, and I don't care what you say, you will never level your tiny house perfectly. So, as far as I'm concerned, you should never use a level in a tiny house because it's not on a foundation. I mean, my house, I think, is about a 1/4 inch out of level, so if I started leveling this would be about a 1/16 out, so I'm not going to. I know that my trailer is flat. I know that when I framed this, I framed it parallel to the trailer, so this should be theoretically level to the trailer. And then I know that this wall is perfectly square, or roughly. I mean, it's not. I know it's not, but I'll tell you it is. It's not, though. It's very far from it. Ready? Let's fast forward like many days. Many days have been fast forwarding since that last clip. But I finished installing the front door. Reinstalled the door stops. When I did, I put silicone underneath these because I noticed before I was able to see light behind them because I didn't get them tight enough or whatever. I should have glued them maybe. But these are now siliconed onto this as well as nailed. And I reinstalled all the trim on it. And it's perfect. I mean, it's not perfect, but I'm happy with it. Once my house is like nearing the finish day, I'm going to come in and apply another coat onto the doors as well as the windows, which you'll see, which you've been seeing, I guess. Because I've been assembling those for the past few days and they're getting really scratched up. Now, over on the stairwell, you can see right here, I put in this window right here. That was the same as many other videos that you've seen. Now, this is my stairwell that goes down into my bedroom. Now, if you can remember maybe, I used to have this framed out right here. The floor continued right here, but I cut it out. Since I moved the kitchen there, I noticed that this space is a little too small. And the only thing that's really sucks about this is that the wheel well is right there. But I figured I can incorporate that wheel well into the stairs that are going to go here. My original plan was to shrink this thing down 8 inches. Now I took this out almost like a week ago. And I installed this piece of wood right here, just temporary, at the 8 inches from here. So I could get used to going through that opening and feel it out and see if it was too small. I've only hit my head on that one time. And I think that's because of this dust curtain that I have put up. It doesn't allow me to go all the way over. Now this line right here is for my sprinkler system. And it might be able to run through here because of the way the window's kind of small. It might be able to go through this. But if I build this wall, then I'm going to move that sprinkler head to somewhere on that other side over there. I'm not quite sure yet. So right now I'm going to frame this out, bring this to its final dimension. Now when I did my joists, I sat them on top of a wall right here, and then I nailed a piece of 2x4 into that. So I can remove this 2x4, and then I can run my joists back up against these joists that are already there and tie them in and have them hang over. I'll probably end up doing some type of supporting wall underneath them. But the big thing right now is setting my dimensions so that I don't feel like it's too tight getting down in there. One thing I did is I went down into my bedroom and I came out, and when I put my foot down and stood up, I put a mark on it, on the toe of my foot. I went back, I did it 3 or 4 times, and basically I was within 1.5 inches of that mark every single time. So I went with the farthest mark that I have. So that is where the first step will start. So you'll come up and you'll hit that first step. Now if I use my logs, I would have to cut a big chunk off the back. I'm going to go with 7 inches. Since I hit my head that one time, this is going to end up being 3/4 smaller. So I'm going to go 7 inches to my final width here of the framing. And then when I add that 3/4 to it, that'll bring it to 7 3/4. My windows have really sucked the life out of me. This is where a nail puller would be clutch. I have fallen into this hole, not like really bad. I just kind of put my foot right on the edge and kind of rolled it off. So it really needs to be shrunken down. I'm just going to enjoy today. I'm not going buck wild. Oh my God! I have never broken a chisel. Made in the U.S. Stanley. Isn't Stanley Lifetime? Okay, come out. Just come out. Stop being a little bit. I found my nail puller. It worked well. Oh my God, that's why it needs to be bigger. So look at, you see I have all these joists here? I can now run some pieces in and tie them into it. I got this one right here, it's 4'1". Operation try to stick it in there. Oh yeah. And here lies the problem. Oh, this is working. Is that right? 5.5. I got these bad boys, which are 3 feet. What am I hitting? Glue. Fucking glue. So I left these in. I'm going to push them back out. I just got them in there for now. It'll be easier. Then I'll nail this on. Another reason why it's very difficult to film in a tiny house, because it's just so small. Originally I was going to build a wall underneath this to support this, but this thing is solid. I got this joist running way back to the other end. This is going into here. This is strong. I might put a post here. Eventually I might build some like bookshelves in here. I'm not 100% fan of this yet. It might grow on me. I'm going to hope it grows on me. Otherwise it's not grown on me, and then it's not good. I'm going to go nail those joists to the other joists. Okay? I'm not going to bring you though, because it's too complicated. I'm going to need my hammer though. I'm going to need this. Sorry. Forgot to turn the compressor on. I know you're thinking this is like too narrow now, but I mean, if it wasn't for the wheel well, this thing would be bigger than it actually was. I'm going to put one step. Ow, that hurt everywhere. It didn't just hurt here, it hurt everywhere. Oh, need a minute. So what I'm going to do, I don't know yet, but in my head, what I think I'm going to do, I really want to use these logs that I have that you probably haven't seen yet, but you'll see one day maybe. Incorporate them into the stairs, but now it's kind of useless because you can't see the sides. The logs are gone. As depressing as that is, the logs are done. Damn it. When you're doing this stairs, when you're coming up it, I want it to feel natural when you're going up and coming to the left here. That is gonna fucking hurt if someone hits their head on that. Well, it won't be my head. I'm gonna start figuring out this section here for my thing. So I'm gonna sight this speed square down so it's good with this edge. I mean, this is not dead nuts work here, but it's good enough. So that is where that starts. And I want this opening to be 2 feet. I really want to get 3'6", 3'3". I might be able to deal with that. Let's give it the OSHA standard test. This is done for now. I'm going to move this stair over a little bit, but I want to get that knee wall built. And then I've also thought about building this wall right here. So I'm definitely going to build the knee wall over there. And I might mock up a stud here and test it out for a week and see if I feel it's too intrusive into the room. That's a big word. Big words are happening here. Careful. Get your thesauruses out. Can we keep this at like a grade level 2 possibly? Coming up is alright. Going down. I need another step right here. This goes here. It's here. This goes in this general area. So this is where that is. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. So from there, 2 feet. 2 feet's right there. From here to there is 3'4". Let's do some Googles. Comfortable. What's a comfortable place setting images? Maybe 24 inches. It's gonna be cozy, okay? You're not gonna get 24 inches. Allow 23 inches for minimum place settings. All right, I'm gonna build a wall that's 40 inches. What did I say? Was it 41 to 42 and 1/2 studs? That was some serious dyslexia just happened right there. Dyslexia all over that. 1, 2, 3, 4 studs. When we come back, that wall is going to be built, and then I'll show you more things that are going to be special about this wall. It's going to be great. Trying to find the power button, but I can't. So look at, I framed my wall. Isn't this great? It's wonderful. Perfect. It's a knee wall. Knee wall. Short wall. Okay, so it's going to go roughly in this area. Now I can fasten it to that wall, and I can fasten it down to these joists, and it'll make those 2 points structurally strong. But it leaves this point pretty weak. Once that's fastened in there, you'll still be able to move this a little bit both ways, and then if you come in here and you hit it with your hip or something, it's going to eventually wiggle its way free. So I need a good way to secure it down here. In conventional framing, what you would do is add an extra stud on the end of this that goes all the way to the top, runs down past this bottom plate and runs down into your joists, and then you would put a block between your joists and you would tie it in, and it would make it structurally sound. But I can't do that here because of these beams that I have. Now sometimes, like on the bottom of like a stairwell, there's that one post that comes up that the railing connects into. What they'll do there is they'll just do like big lag bolts up through the bottom. I thought about that, but I wanted something stronger than that. So, like I said earlier, I got this 3/4 inch threaded rod, or all thread, whatever you want to call it, that you say in your lands that you're from. I'm going to run it through this plate, through this top plate of this little wall down here, and then I'll have the nut down in the bedroom. I'll have to tighten it from down there. But I'll be able to run it all the way up to this point right here. And the more I tighten this, the stronger this bad boy is going to be. So I'm going to hold this washer, this bottom washer, roughly 1.5 inches from the bottom of this 2x, because there is another plate there I'm going to have to drill through. So I'm going to hold it like that, and then I'm going to get a mark right here. Now that, I went smaller than what it actually is, so I don't screw myself. So now what I'm going to do is drill a 3/4 inch hole right in the center of this, and I'm going to sandwich this piece of threaded rod in between 2 little blocks, 2 ripped blocks right here, and then another stud right here. So all that you'll see right here is the nut and the washers, I think. I don't think I can do it. I can't. I can't do it like I'm saying I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do my best. In this direction, Peanut, you alright? I just ate some shit and I'm sick. Peanut, you're not coming inside. You just went and rolled around in some fucking manure or something. So, you do that every day. So I cut my pieces that are gonna be sandwiched inside of this thing. Cool? So now I'm gonna get the wall ready. To give this knee wall some structural rigidity in this direction, I'm gonna plywood it with some 3/4 inch plywood. That is gonna make this thing just rock solid. The stronger this is, when people do things like this, it ends up being so tacky and crappy because it ends up moving. So the more bull-like I can build it now, the better I will be in the future. So I'm gonna keep this wall in 3/4 of an inch, just a little bit light because plywood's really not 3/4. All right, so I nailed up the bottom plate and then I nailed that stud against the wall. Now I didn't use a level on that end. I used the stud, which should be running level. It should be. Should be. It looks good with the fridge. Looks good with that tree that's leaning over there. Whatever. So now you can see how this ends up being a wobbly mess. It's crappy. Crappy. I guess I went all the way through since the drill bit didn't come back up, eh? One of these and one of these. Another rip on the other side. And then this piece right here. Oh, this is a great idea what I have come up with. I should really go down there and check to make sure that bolt is good. That is what I'm going to go do right now. And I'm going to move the stair at the same time. I'm not bringing you with me again, but I'm going to put this on that nut and bolt and unscrewing that. It ended up being a freaking inch away from the stud. Fuck me. Make sure that these blocks are running flush with the rest of this wall. There you go. I'm pretty happy with that. What the hell happened? Oh, that's gonna make that strong. I'm gonna back nail what I can. I can't get back there. When I move the fridge one day, I will back nail it or at least screw it. I'm gonna cut this piece of plywood. I'm gonna hang it off this side an inch, this side an inch. And I'm gonna cut it 14 inches. My finished piece will probably be close to 16 inches. If this needs to get shrunk down though, I can do that. So this piece that's going on here is also gonna act as a brace off that wall. If I tie it in correctly, it'll help strengthen this a little bit more too. All right, I got my thing cut. I'm gonna hold it over 1 inch here. Put a tack. Now I'm gonna eventually make some custom angle brackets here to hold the cantilever end there. But for now, this will be good. I mean, when I do get this piece of granite that goes on top, it's gonna be rounded over. It's gonna be 1.5 inches thick. It'll be rounded. But I think that 45 would look nice. Equal on both ends. And then if I can get this to be flush with the top of the fridge right across, and then I can do a little bar smaller than what I had originally planned. Oh, I love it. I don't think this is too intrusive into this space. I know people are going to think it is. I have a couch here, 2 bar stools, 1 place setting, 2 place settings. I mean, it's cozy. It'd be cozy, but that's what tiny houses are, cozy, because they're not very spacious. Love when plans come together, because just for poops and giggles. Ow! Fuck! I already hit it once. You deserved it. You fucking deserve it. I'm really contemplating building a wall here, since this is a big safety hazard having this huge hole right here. Eventually, there's going to be a lot of people that walk through this house, I assume. And as safe as I can make it, I want to, because I don't need to get sued for somebody's stupidity. And it would be my stupidity to leave a safety hazard like this open. It's going to be open a little bit, but you're going to have to sign a waiver. If you ever walk into this house, there will be a waiver you sign. So I might build that wall. I might not. I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to have to do some type of railing system here, and it would be more affordable and cost effective for me to build something and then cover it with some tongue and groove. And it'll also make this a separate room from the kitchen. It will make separations. So all my rough openings are now to the correct size. Technically, I mean, I still need to shrink this down, but the demo's done. Some windows need to move side to side, which is simple. Just add a block, and then I got to cut the plywood out, put the window in. That's going to be coming up maybe next video. I don't know. I'm not sure how this whole series will work out with the windows that I'm building simultaneously, kind of. But the windows are almost done. They are at 75% completion. I'm really happy with the changes that I've made. I know people are going to be, it's too claustrophobic, it's too much in a small space. But I would rather have everything that I want and need, maybe not need, but want, than not have it. And I'm glad I made these changes. Overall, I spent about $300 to $400 on the remodel. Well worth it. Cool, I'm just staring at everything. I'm really taking it in. I'll probably end up living like this for a couple months. Everybody happy? Probably not. That's fine. Let me know in the comments below. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I put out new videos once, twice a week, depends. I think it's going to go back to once a week because the siding is going to be a lot of money and it's a really repetitive job. Unless you want to watch a shit show of me just rambling while I do my work and it not be very educational at all and just be more entertaining, then let me know that you want to see that, especially my Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. You guys get my videos basically as they're finished. So you guys are going to be watching this in 3 or 4 days, which is great. That's why I love you guys. And then you give me my feedback and let me know. If you're not one of my Patreon supporters, go check it out. I'm going to leave a link down in the description thing. You click on it, and then for $1 a month, you will get all my videos as I upload them. So, last week I uploaded 5 videos. This week I'm going to upload 2 or 3 videos. And by doing that, you are supporting this channel. But again, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next video. Peanut! Fuck you, Dad. I'm not coming inside. No way, not happening.